How do you give and take to supersize and grow your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And for the BU 365-day challenge, we are talking about the importance of giving in order to receive. And what we put out into the world is what we get back, or what comes back. Usually a multiple of what comes back, but what comes back toward us into our life. And this applies to our life as well as our business. So I shared this. They're worded a little bit convoluted, but basically the gist of it is, hey, whatever you're putting into the world is what you're going to get back. So if you're putting positive, good things into the world, you're going to get positive, good things back in your business. If you're putting cheats and hacks and shortcuts and marketing strategies, just marketing strategies for the sake of selling to whoever you can or selling to a certain group of people, whatever you can, whether they need it or not, then you're going to get a whole lot of customers and a whole lot of people that are, number one, dissatisfied, number two, it wasn't for them, so they're not going to succeed with it, or whatever your product or service is. So we talked about this particular idiom, give and take, end of August 24th, I think. And we talked about, and I didn't remember covering it. I should have, because it was just August 24th that we talked about it. And we talked about it with respect to compromising, give and take with respect to negotiations and how that works for our business. Well, let's take a slightly different tack on it today. How about asking ourselves the question, what are we giving as we're growing and building and supersizing our business? What are we putting into the world? How are we serving and helping other people in order to get more people coming into our business, more people coming and wanting to do business with us? And, it's different for each of us. It's different for each of our businesses. But if we're just putting a product or service out into the world and we're just slamming it out there, marketing the daylights, advertising the daylights out of it, just for the sake of getting a whole bunch of sales, not necessarily concerned about the outcome and the success or the transformation that we cause people to have or don't have, it's going to be a short-lived burst of growth, but it won't necessarily be sustainable growth. Sometimes things are sustainable, sometimes they're not. But usually, if there's a good value given, the business will grow and supersize. So today, let's ask ourselves, what am I giving? What am I putting into my business in order to make the world a better place, please? And then what am I receiving back for that? And if there's a mismatch, if you think you're giving and giving and giving and giving and not getting anything back, I've had that happen in my life. I've had times in my life in businesses where I'm busting my rear, pushing to try to make something happen. But guess what? When I'm doing that, when I'm hustling, when I'm grinding, when I'm struggling, when I'm striving, that's the energy I'm putting into the thing. And whatever the thing is, that's the energy I'm getting back. So if I'm focusing on challenges and problems and getting frustrated by them, I'm putting that frustrated energy out into the world. And guess what I'm getting back? More problems, more challenges, more obstacles, more roadblocks, because that's what I'm approaching the situation with. But as soon as I flip over to solutions and how can I give value, how can I serve the people that I'm here to serve, all of a sudden, more than I could ever imagine, people are available for me to serve. And so it becomes a downward or upward spiral, depending on what we're thinking. So if you're not where you want to be, if you're struggling in any way, shape, or form, take a deep breath and say, what is the world trying to show me? What's going on here that I am missing, that if I just make a couple little tweaks, and a lot of times it's just a little tweak to our thinking, right? It's just a little tweak to our mindset and flipping the switch from taking to giving. And if we're giving, and we all know people that are givers and takers, right? And how do they make you feel? Well, how do you make people feel? That's a little self-reflection today. All right, that's it for today. If I can help you anyway, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. We're going to do No Nonsense November for the annual challenge. So I'll pick an idiom for each day to go along with whatever lesson that we're talking about. And today's, you got to put out into the world what you want to receive. I call it give to get in the challenge today. All right, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, see you tomorrow.